it's me, Celia. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm going to do a reading about Kylie Jenner, what's going on with her family, friends, and Timothy. You know, I have my own biases, and people hate the Kardashians. People hate Kylie in particular. And because of that, it's almost like I'm kind of rooting for her. And specifically, so it came out like after she did some sort of award show in, like, maybe it was the Golden Globes or something. And there was this really bad lighting and her face looked terrible, and she had like bags under her eyes, and like everybody's talking about, oh my god. But the thing is like when I saw that picture of her, I thought she looked the best that she ever did. And it was like, are people just bandwagoning? Like, I get that she has lines under her eyes, but like, that's like from bad lighting. I mean, yeah, and it could be from surgery and filler too. And like, that's cool to discuss. I don't really have any problem with that. But it's like, holy moly, I thought she actually looked, I looked at her and I was like, wow, she looks like a real person. Because she had lines under her eyes. And when she finally looked that way, everybody was saying how terrible she looked. And it's like, this is kind of messed up. I think that we project a lot of stuff onto them. And I don't want to be overly defensive, but in some ways I am. So that's my bias right there. Just because she was like the youngest of them and was like 10 years old. She was 10 years old when they started doing that stuff. I mean, I don't know how old she was, but I imagine she was quite young. So, if anybody has like the hope of getting out of the Kardashian lifestyle or like media horror sort of stuff, like, it maybe could be her because she's young, but actually anybody can leave at any time. Doesn't matter how old or entrenched you are. So I'm gonna look at the news lately is that she's abandoning her friends to be at home with her family and Timothy. And it's like, what's wrong with that? Seriously, because if she was out partying, they would say that she's abandoning her family and significant other. So, I don't know. I'm just curious, so I'm going to look at it. I already shuffled, but I want to do 3 more. So we're going to look at Kylie, her family, like her mom and sisters, her family, no, Kylie, friends, family, kids, Timothy. That's what I'm going to look at. Okay. For some reason I was drawn to this bottle. What does that mean? Is it medicine or is it alcohol? No clue. Okay, so here's Kylie. She is the page of air, catnip. Okay, she really does actually want to chill out. Some people say catnip is better than beer, and then other people say catnip is cannabis light. So it's kind of like, but it won't do any of those things. It's very safe and it's very gentle. It's suitable for children and makes cats well. But it's just really calming. And okay, so that's her. And then this is her friends. Can you see this? Two of Wands, or yeah, Two of Cups reversed. Her family, ooh, Healer of Fire reversed. Her kids, the Fool, Dandelion, and Timothy. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Earth, Apple. Okay. And I want to see the energy. Okay, I know that when I edit this, you can only see like half of it, so this might be hard, but I'm going to try. I guess I'll just have to put them really close together. Okay, so this is the energy between her and her friends. 4 of Cups, 4 of Water reversed. This is energy between her and her family. The Chariot, her and her kids. Oh, Motherwort reversed. Queen of Air. Queen of Swords, Mother of Air reversed, and her and Timothy, Healer of Air reversed. We have the Page of Swords, Catnip, Daughter of Air, Catnip. She is wanting to restart and like move into a space of reclaiming her life, and she's doing it from a self-care perspective. Like, I see her being out of like a rat race, or like having things happen to her, or like being in circumstances, and now she's in a spot where she's choosing things for herself, and so she's just in the beginning of that process. It still is very childlike. She's at the beginning of making boundaries, of surrounding herself with people that are helpful for her. I don't think she's at a point where she has a strong strategy about, this is the plan of how my life's gonna be, this is how I want things, and she's not ready to like fight for it yet, but she is getting there. So this is like the energy of the student. She's curious. She's like, how can I do things on my own? I think she's 27, so she's going to be entering her Saturn return, in like a year and a half or so, or whatever, depending on when you're born. Yeah, I think she wants to kind of claim things for herself, and she's starting to think a little bit more clearly of like, this is what I want, and this is how I want to do it. And then, okay, so her friends are the Two of Cups reversed. So I think dropping her friends are people that weren't even her friends anyways. They were people that weren't in the same stage of life as her. They weren't thinking like her, and she didn't have a connection with them. So I think that's probably just blind item fodder. It's just like a natural progression. Like, you weren't even friends to begin with, whoever they say friends are. I don't really believe that. And then the energy between her and her social life, or her friends, is the Four of Cups reversed. I think that she feels like her friends are like the social life. I don't even think it's her friends. I think it's socializing and social life, and what she looks like she's doing, and like pictures of her and stuff. I think that it was not she's just not there anymore. She doesn't want to party, and she thinks it's like overindulgence, and I don't think she has the energy for that anymore. So between her and her family, the Healer of Fire reversed. So this is the King of Wands reversed, Damiana. This, when it's upright, this card is about like settling into almost like a Kundalini or like Shakti energy that comes from the pelvis and goes up the spine, and like tapping into like a strong power of the earth, and not just like the earth, but like energy flows. And so to have it backwards is like energy is not flowing between her and her family. She wants to cut ties. She finds what they do to be toxic, overly controlling, and she doesn't want anything to do with that lifestyle anymore, of being flashy, and she wants to go back, is what I heard. So yeah, she really is cutting ties with her family. And what's between them, the energy between, is the Chariot. She is going to move forward. She's moving forward with her own situation. And it could be like she's moving forward with her stuff, and her family's moving forward with their stuff, and they're separated. Like, we are moving forward, not together. We go our own ways. And I think she feels very solid about this. And, you're coming up on a Saturn return. Seems natural, normal, and healthy to be able to do those things. Okay, between her and her kids, you have the Fool. So I think she is wanting to surrender to childlike, playful energy. She wants to be at a kid's pace and have curiosity and openness to different things. I think she is sympathetic to her kids, and for whatever reason feels good and she gets maybe like an energy boost by being around them. I just heard that it's easier for her to be around them than it is not to be around them. And I got a picture of her being in a boardroom. Like, it gives her more energy to be hanging out with little kids and to have kind of like maybe a rhythm or routine in your day, but it's not like highly structured and there's no deadlines, and it's like fun and you get to have experiences and you get to play around. I think that she feels much better doing that than she does working. I mean, I think she's a Leo, and yeah, this kind of reminds me of Leo energy in general, of like being playful and having new experiences and connecting and whatever. So I think that is nice for her. And then the energy in between is the motherboard reversed, the mother of air, or the queen of swords. So I think that she does see some harsh mother or parenting habits that she doesn't want. That could be one thing, is like kind of like the mother of air reversed is like being overwhelmed by motherhood. And I think in this instance I see the balancing of like working, like she doesn't want to be a super mom. And why should she? She has enough money to last a lifetime. Like, why does she have to work so hard? I think that she wants to cultivate her own way forward, and I think for some reason she's having a hard time focusing, which having kids does to you, especially if you're the primary caregiver or like, you know, in a typical mom role. Yeah, because your focus is like as small and as short as a child's, and I think that's a good fit for her. I don't think she wants to be like a boss babe at all. And her cutting this is like, I'm done with this idea of being a mom that like isn't mine. And then between her, okay, so this is Timothy, it's the 9 of Earth. So here she's kind of stepping into a sense of comfort. I just heard milk it for all it's worth. So maybe she is bending to his wishes of like, Kylie, you should do this. Kylie, you should spend less time with your families. Kylie, you should do whatever. I think she is listening to that because he seems fairly private. I mean, that's not the right word. It's very like, if you, strategic and with your harvest. Like, yeah, you can get a lot of abundance, but it's like, no, she wants to make the most of her situation. Then between them is the healer of air reversed, Rosemary, which is the king of swords reversed. I think that he has the upper hand in the relationship if they're even together. If it's all for publicity, if it's a PR relationship, it's from his bidding. However, they are working together, but I just kind of see her like letting him take the reins, and she's kind of relinquishing control, and I don't feel like it's actually necessarily healthy, but that's where she is right now. I think she's like cutting a lot from her life, and for some reason acquiescing or like going with the flow or following somebody else's lead is like, that's what she's doing. Whether or not it's good for her or not, I don't really know. Okay, so I want to pick like 3 more cards, and then I want to maybe do an oracle. 10 of water, red clover, warrior of water, ocotillo, and strength garlic. Oh, these cards are really beautiful together. Yeah, I kind of see her drawing a line in the sand and being like, this is the life that I want, and I'm gonna do it my way. I see kind of like some FUs with this Warrior of Water, which is the Knight of Cups. She is not afraid to say it like it is about how people make her feel. And we've seen this. She has been kind of turning her back on her family, and she's starting not to care. And she's feeling more like ready to do whatever she wants to do. Okay, this with this Strength card, I see her being like, okay, family, you wanted me to be this force and like be a mini Kim 2.0 and like make a bunch of money and be dominant and like, and now she's like, and I'm gonna do it without you in my own way. And I don't see it necessarily as being like mean or like she's gonna cause fights or whatever, but she's standing up for herself. And just by her doing that, it is an FU to her family. Like, I'm happy without you, but it's not terribly toxic. I would say this is probably normal, healthy, 27-year-old work, where you have your, if you know, or like parents work, like I have my own family now, this is what I want for myself, I'm gonna nourish it the way that I want, and I'm gonna stand up for that. I'm not afraid to make emotional boundaries, I'm not afraid to stand up for myself, I'm not afraid to like live in my own, I'm hearing like listen to myself. All I see with this card is a bunch of like middle fingers, but it's like healthy. It's usually not what I think about with this card, but for here I'm seeing it today. And then with the garlic, I see this as strength. You know, she's a Leo, and in the Rider-Waite-Smith picture of strength, there is the woman who's like has the lion's head, whatever. So I think she is standing up for herself. And that was a nice message. I'm glad there wasn't anything too crazy. I think that people just, it's like there's something weird with the news cycle, and like things are really changing with like celebrity culture, and I think it's a good thing. But it's like they've always made stuff up for like, the media has always made stuff up for like more views or readings or whatever, clickbait, or even before clicks, just tabloid fodder. So I feel like this is an example of that, and I think that we, as people that consume or just observe, like myself, pop culture or celebrity things, like I think we need to, like part of the way that we take back the power of like celebrity worship and, you know, the money that they take from people and whatever their clout and prestige is, to like see them as humans in a way, not as like in a fan way, but like just see like, this is dumb, like why is a blind item coming out that so and so is doing XYZ, like why is that even something that you're reporting on? I mean, I think we all know that, but I'm just going to pick a few cards up here. The Telepath, I am compassionate and will show others understanding and respect. The Starship Captain, I will lead others with confidence and humility. The Cyborg, I will accept my emotions and not be defined by them. This one in particular kind of looks like Kylie in my eyes. Wow, I'm kind of getting more intuition with these cards than I have in the few times that I've read them. but I, for some reason, don't feel compelled to talk about it, but I'm not going to go there. That's cool. You know, it takes a few times to work with Oracle cards before the meetings kick in. But, yeah, here's to emotional growth and making boundaries with your family and your friends that don't serve you anymore. Seems fine to me. Now, I don't want to excuse bad behavior or like scamming or like, you know, body image problems that these celebrities cause, you know. I'm not saying that everything is completely healed and forgiven, but I don't know, maybe we can take steps in that direction somehow. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.